Welcome, everyone, to another episode of FitFam. This week,
we are going to be talking about the latest and hottest topics amongst health professionals.
all around the nation.
All around the nation.
Sweet. And as always, this is Miss Natural Olympia Hillary.
And this guy right here is Doug the Formulator.
And this is FitFam.
This is FitFam. Here we go. Excited to be here today.
Remember,
Subscribe.
hit the little
Hit
bell.
the little bell to know when new episodes are coming.
Absolutely. Got it. Got that out of the way.
If you have something nice to say, please add it. If you don't, please move along.
Move on.
Okay. So, Doug, tell me what we did this Tell me what you did this last weekend.
Well, sometime we should go over, not that it's like really exciting, but our schedule. We're kind of everywhere.
Okay.
Our EA said in the last 2.5 months, the most we've been home is 3 days.
Yeah.
It's been crazy.
We have not, I think I might have had a time, but you have not been home longer than a 3-day period in almost 3 months.
Been fun.
We've had a lot going on.
Right.
We kind of like it that way.
But this last weekend,
okay,
we were really blessed to have, we made it an intimate group on purpose, but we had 60 of the top health professionals from around the nation come here to the Phoenix area to spend 4 days with us. And we call it the FAM seminar.
Well, tell me what FAM is. What does that mean?
Formula and marketing mastery. So it's a deep dive, organic chemistry, nutrients, what herbs do what vitamins do what, when to recommend them, condition protocols, what to do for each condition, each disease, naturally, without drugs. And so it was some good times. It was crazy.
What's crazy is we have 4 to 6 in-person seminars in a year, right?
Yeah.
And this one is exclusively for our health professionals.
Right.
Like you said, it's a more intimate group. And along with those, this is the seminar that Doug does the majority of the teaching and lecturing, speaking. In fact, I think over the 4 days, Doug spoke 26 hours.
26 hours. Still have my voice.
And you still have your voice. I was actually going to say that.
I know. It usually doesn't happen.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't usually hang in.
Yeah, it was a lot of hours, but it was... And the reason was a lot of times we have doctors, some of the top, inner circle top doctors in the nation will come in and teach parts of it. But we made so many changes this time that we wanted to get it laid out first. And so there was a lot of time from stage, but it was awesome.
Yeah. No, you sometimes like it that way.
True.
Yeah. So, and not only that, but how many slides did you cover?
Yeah, 1,200.
1,200 slides, which blows my mind.
Those of you that use AI know what my Manus credit bill this weekend looked like. It was crazy.
That's funny. Okay. So what I want to talk about and what I want to know, because I was not there, tell me the top products and protocols that the health professionals were interested in going deep into and things that are really hot for them right now.
Okay. I mean, there's 3 parts. So let's go products, because we go through over 75 different formulas, and then we do a deep dive into each one, the vitamins and minerals, enzymes, probiotics.
Our formulas that we're talking about.
That we make.
Yeah.
And it's really great when we do the FAM seminar because we're able to see what the interest is with the health professionals around the nation. And with the formulas to start with, it was really exciting because actually the one that was like, wow, didn't know that was that big a deal with them was actually fiber.
Wow.
And the type of fiber, it's called fermented fiber. So it's like the fiber that the friendly bacteria eat on the way into the intestines to make sure they make it there, and also what keeps them strong. Because remember, your probiotics are what create GLP-1, the concept of what you crave, how much you crave. They create serotonin, dopamine, your happy chemicals. They create so much. And so if your gut isn't in good shape, the doctors can work on all these other things with the patients, all the issues they have. And it really never gets fixed because the patient's just cravings and attitude and mood doesn't get better because they haven't fixed the gut. So like the focus of the doctors of like, hey, the gut, and realizing that it was about the fiber, that if you take in fermented fiber, just even small amounts, it makes a world of difference with your cravings, with the health of your gut. So that was number one. Like,
Okay.
it's like I wasn't ready for like the huge impact it was and how much they wanted to keep talking about it.
Well, and I feel like that's a new one. A new one that's hot. I haven't heard that in ever. So
Yeah,
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 out
it
of all
was.
of our products, for that to be number one, that's pretty
That's
impressive.
pretty crazy.
Yeah, and it kind of tells you where the world is right now.
100%.
right?
Yeah. And I think if we do like top three, just to kind of go there, the one that made me the happiest was the most important product we feel in the entire world, and that is a product that helps you get more nutrients from your food. That's not really a supplement of its own. It's what helps you get more from food. That's Digestive. And they were really stoked on the new research because we've always taught digestion, digest your food with enzymes. That's in the formula. Probiotics absorb into the bloodstream in the formula. And the minerals gets them into the cell. We call it utilization. So digestion, absorption, utilization. But we taught a new concept this weekend, and it's called postbiotic creation. And it's a research from our great friend Vic Rathi that really discovered it. And he showed that your body will make the nutrients it needs if you digest your food, absorb it, and utilize it. But the takeaway, the big aha with the doctors was, wait a second, your body will make the B vitamins, the vitamin D, and all that, and that's great. But if you supply the body with the basic vitamins, that you take your custom pack, you take your whole food vitamins, right? Then the body doesn't have to make the basics. It doesn't have to make the B vitamins, and it can actually go out there and start making crazy stuff like serotonin and dopamine and growth hormone and balance your hormones. And you want your body to do all of that. But if you don't have all the basics, vitamins, minerals, calcium, iron, then the gut is trying to make that. And so it was this big light bulb. The doctor's like, no matter what we're treating, no matter what the patient comes in for, let's get them to eat a little bit healthier, digest their food all the way down, so that then the body can use those postbiotics to make what the body really needs. That way, even if we miss what the body might need, the body will make
I
it
love that.
if you digest your food. So that was
Yeah.
number two. That
Well,
was really powerful.
I do love that. And I always feel like there's never too much information on enzymes. And it's never hearing the same thing over and over again with Digestive and what it does for the body and how it helps you to break down your food and to deliver nutrients. It's never too much information, and it's never like too redundant. It's always what we need to hear, because it's easy to not take your Digestive, right? What's easy to do is easy not to do. And so remembering all the things that it does for us, and not only that, but Digestive, not only does it supply all of your enzymes and do all the amazing things with your food to help break them down and get them delivered, it helps alleviate a lot of indigestion.
Gas, bloating.
Yeah, that honestly, that's a game changer for a lot of people, and it helps do that not at a expense to the body, right? Like Tums,
Right.
Like
Absolutely. And I think that was a big light bulb for a lot of them too, because what we went over is that the reason immediately when you eat food, if it doesn't get digested all the way down so the body can use it for energy, then your body says, look, digestion is so important. It's one of the most important processes in the entire body. We're going to let you know immediately if there's a problem here, so you'll fix it, and give you indigestion, gas, and bloating. And people don't realize that is a sign for the body of how important it is. And so absolutely, I think it was a really big paradigm shift, even for the doctors that have been selling or teaching digestion, eating more raw food, take Digestive for decades. It was a really good. And then third, I could go a lot of different places with it, because the whole glutathione with the nano blue cocktail, people are loving that, right? Where you do the glutathione wafer and then you put the nano blue in it. But here's one that took me off guard in a good way, was the lightning gummies.
oh wow,
They were like, hey, we went through this formula. A lot of them were like, we had no clue it was that powerful, that there wasn't any sugars in it, that there were the organic whole foods, and that and we for sure can use this with adults, because the adults were taking them and they were putting them out on their desks and at the office, and people would come by and like, oh, these are great. Wait, these are actually, whole food, vitamin, mineral.
Mm,
And the takeaway was a lot of them we're going to actually start recommending leading with it first, just to get people to take their vitamins and minerals.
because it's easy to take, right? When something tastes good, it's just easier to take.
Easier to take.
So
And then you don't have to have water with it. Like you can carry it with you
True.
easier, and you could just boom, wherever you're at, take them. And so it was like, wow, we've really misdirected, not intentionally, people like, but we've always said, hey, and by the way, after you have all your supplements, have these lightning gummies around for your kids. Versus, no, these are
This is for
powerful
everyone.
ways
Oh.
just to get your vitamin minerals.
What's
So-
interesting about that is that currently on our counter, we've always had Digestive,
Mhm.
right? It's always available, and in a few different places in the kitchen, wherever you're at, you can just pop a few. But currently, we have our Digestive, our Whole C, and our Lightning Gummies, and I've been taking them nonstop. And
Absolutely.
they're amazing. I love those.
So that was the
Okay,
3
so
products.
those are the 3 products. I love that. Now let's talk about the 3 protocols or
Oh,
condition
That's a
protocols.
really good one.
Okay.
Because what we did is we have a list of protocols, right, for about every disease you can imagine, and we go through what are the nutrients you need to give to help so the body can, on its own, repair and heal from that condition. And then we teach them the nutrition protocol, the foods, and then we teach them the exercise protocol for every condition. And we go like A through Z. But this
Right.
time, what we did is we sent out on our private health professional Facebook group, we said, okay, look, we want to know what conditions you're treating the most right now in your clinics all around the nation. And we're going to come in and teach those top 9 right off the bat.
Well, and I love that you did it that way, right? Because you've had doctors in the past say to you, listen, that's all well, great and good, but I never treat those conditions, right? So
And number 1, like we had a list, and it was like 110 votes was the top one, and then the ones that picked the same thing, and we threw the Facebook post into AI, and the man said, hey, break it down and tell us, who won and what were the numbers. And the number 1 was autoimmune conditions. So we spent a lot of time on autoimmune because there's hundreds and hundreds of autoimmune conditions, right? From rheumatoid
Right.
arthritis to diabetes
Yeah.
to celiac disease, right? Crohn's, lupus. But it was really easy to teach because the high majority of autoimmune diseases come back from non-digestion of certain nutrients, mainly proteins, right? You don't digest casein from milk and you get diabetes. You don't digest the purines from pork, red meat, and shellfish.
Mhm.
You get
Gout.
gout, right? And so gluten from wheat, and you get celiac disease. So you can put it together,
Right.
but all those proteins. And so once we taught them that, to say, look, you just help them digest protein, get away from genetic modifiers, take away the trigger. And then we talked about, Hashimoto's. And there was another person there that had Hashimoto's, remembered your story.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a synthetic sugar, took it out, and she ran the numbers and actually showed them how this
Wow.
person went from like 12 to 1500 on their thyroid enzymes, a marker for Hashimoto's, down to under 100. And it was
Wow.
just exactly like yours. And your what happened to you and you talking about is what led her to do that. So yeah, that was number 1.
Okay.
And it's
Which makes sense. I feel like autoimmune is something that people are dealing with constantly and different forms, like you said.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Number 1. Number 2 was surprising to me. It was digestive disorders. Going
Okay.
back to, but deeper ones.
Yeah.
Not even so much celiac disease, but just serious irritable bowel syndrome and
Mm.
problems. And we brought up some new research, especially even on plastics. And a lot of the doctors are having the
Mm.
patients do a lot more saunas and things, and using our Chemzyme that breaks down the plastics, and proving to the patient, reducing we have a test you can measure plastics in the blood and reducing. And we spent a lot of time on plastics and its effects on hormones and other areas in the body, brain. But it started off because of this, hey, this gut problem's huge right now.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Okay.
And then
Give me a third.
3 and 4 were pretty close, but
Okay.
I think the third one was interesting because it was like things that not everyone might know about them, but basically mycotoxins, or in the body, bacteria and viruses will put make a dome over them so that normal nutrients won't get to them,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
And so they're asking about, what can we do about that? And it's all kind of that same topic, like
Mhm.
mold, toxin, mycotoxins, and it really came back down. You can see this whole thing going to even like fiber, right? It was about the gut. Like everything kept coming
Right.
back to the gut and digestion on the top conditions today. And then probably the last one, which is along the same lines, long haul COVID. Like that was still a
Oh
huge deal,
gosh, yeah.
right? And so years and years. What are you doing?
Hi, filming podcast.
Right now, live, daughter.
I'll call you right back.
Don't swear.
Oh, he
I
says
don't know
don't
why
swear.
mom answered it. Sorry.
Sorry. This is real life. Hi, this is real life. I actually thought I put it on.
All right.
Sorry.
And so long haul COVID, which kind of broke into a whole other thing, that whether it was COVID or not, long haul virus impact on the body and the body not getting rid of it. They're never getting back 100%.
I actually love that that was one of the topics, because even myself to this day, right? We talk about my grip strength, and I swear my grip strength, I swear it's from
That isn't a normal long haul COVID.
I know, but I swear
problem.
it's from, I swear it is. It happened in COVID. Actually, it's not even grip strength. It's like the loss of
I'm playing. What we actually went into was actually nerves
nerve.
and, the ability for them to fire at 100%. And from the COVID and the spike proteins. And what's really cool is we're doing a study right now with a brand new test that spike protein to test for spike proteins. It's really, really cool. But anyways, so we went into that and what people could do to eliminate it. And the answer was taking enzymes, the methylene blue and other things in between meals to get in.
Yeah.
And actually we have research to show to digest the spike proteins, right? Proteins
Yeah.
in the body to really help with it. But you have to get the gut under control. So the whole weekend came back around to digestion, the gut, the fiber, the probiotics. And it was really cool because that's been our foundation for decades. And it was just that we needed to teach it a little bit differently. And the weekend was really great because we taught so different than we normally teach.
Love that. I love that so much. Okay, so did you have any, other than that, which I guess was a huge takeaway for you, are there any other takeaways that you kind of had from the weekend?
Yeah, because of the research, I've been frustrated for years that I'm real big on reading research when it comes out, like that week. I love new research, every
It's
morning.
true. Have you heard the latest research? It's true.
Every morning, I want to see if there's a new study that was published that day. And I would read studies, especially on testosterone, on
Oh, I
people
knew you were
taking
going.
testosterone
Yeah.
therapy, right? Men and women. And I'd read a study about how damaging it can be to the body. And then I'll go to reference it when it's time to start talking about it and can't find it. And because all those studies now are online instead of being like in PubMed, you used to be able to research that database. And so what was happening is that if certain entities, unnamed pharmaceutical companies don't want them to be known, they have ways to be able to put them really deep down, like,
To just hide them.
yeah, to hide them. So like you'd have to go through 1,000 pages of listings, right, before it actually pulls it up when you're doing your research. But what they weren't counting on was AI, and at least in the moment, you can use things like Claude and Manus to do deep searches. And I was able to pull up all these lost studies. And so my cool takeaway was I was able to show the actual studies, click on them, have the doctor see them of like this one subject, but there was a bunch of them, of like, if you take synthetic testosterone, men or women, the damaging effect to the nerves, the damaging effects long-term to reproductive organs. One of them showed that basically the signal to the brain is called luteinizing hormone to say, hey, your body needs to make X amount of testosterone, men or women, goes away. And if you don't do something to reinitiate it, if you try to go off testosterone, you never get your testosterone back. So I say once you're on it forever.
Right.
It's not true, but you have to do specific things to be able to make that signal happen again. And so to go through the research and not just say it, because a lot of times people look at me and say, no, it's not that bad. You're just, on this kick, was really cool. We did that with a lot of subjects that up to now I've been able to show 1 or 2 studies on, knowing there was a whole bunch.
Yeah, I think so. One of the cool things when I watch you prepare, and the team is amazing. I just want to say shout out to our OHS team that, number one, they're amazing no matter what. And the work that they put in for these seminars is unreal, because everybody needs to realize that their regular daily work still has to go on, and they're preparing for these seminars. So our team is phenomenal. They're amazing. But not only are they amazing and phenomenal for that reason, they're amazing and phenomenal, but because sometimes it takes Doug a little bit longer to get his stuff ready for these seminars. And so they are working until hours before and during the seminar. They're subtracting and adding different slides because Doug's trying to go with the vibe of the group and all the things. And so honestly, we have an amazing team, but in that same breath, it's really fun to watch you prepare for these seminars, because I always feel like you have these moments where you just love what you do. And like these research studies that you keep coming across that you haven't been able to find for a really long time. Or not only that, but is it Mantis?
Manus.
Manus.
And AI.
Manus and Claude and all the things that you're diving deeper into those, and you're finding, this love and this passion for the AI side of, something that you're trying to create and convey for health. And so watching you is really fun as we get closer to these. I mean, I see you less, which isn't fun, but watching you, with your aha moments is really cool.
Watching you's fun too.
Is there any way to take that part out for real? I swear. What's wrong with you? Okay. So really cool weekend. I feel like the doctors that were there got so much out of it, but I feel like at least one of the days was so much information that it felt like they were like trying to keep up and breathe. But they are getting, all of the information that they had over the weekend in digital form.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We've learned that we need to break it up a little bit, because Friday, from the time the sun comes up till it goes down, and then Saturday the same thing. All of a sudden, in that early afternoon on Saturday, it was a little much.
Our doctors our health professionals are incredible.
Well, think about it, and I wanted to shout out to them, but also make a point to anyone that watches this, is you want to make sure that your primary health professional, your primary health professional does not have to be a medical doctor. A lot of people think it needs to be your prescribing doctor. No, they need to be on the team, but your primary health professional could be any health professional, and I'd recommend it be one that focuses on lifestyle, the thing that causes the most disease and fixes it. But anyways, the point I'll make, you, no matter who your main health professional is that you go to for your main advice, make sure that they're constantly learning. I mean, think about these clinics. There are 60 clinics from around the nation, and I know this isn't one of our largest seminars, but 60 clinics that said, we're going to shut down Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? Take off from the clinics, take off from our families, be gone Saturday and Sunday also, to come learn, right? Not getting paid. They had to pay to be there.
Right.
And all because they care. And if your health professional, your doctor, is not going out and doing that, you need to look for another health professional.
I love that.
Such a huge thing. I mean, it chokes us up to understand, believe that people have that much faith and trust in us that are going to get more value out of being gone.
100%.
And so,
no.
really cool.
And what's really cool always is to see the vast difference in all of the personalities and ages that come to these seminars, which is amazing, because not everyone is going to click with everyone else, right? And so your health professional, you'll find somebody that you click with.
Absolutely. We were talking about it in our leadership meeting today. From the ages of 23 to 70 was there.
Yeah. It's unbelievable.
And everything in between. And it was really cool to see
male,
that.
female. Yeah.
It was a really good point. And that's one of the reasons that we don't just have a clinic and we just try to do our thing. We know that there's people that only we can touch in our concierge health. And there's people that will have nothing to do with this, that someone else could touch just because they're a different personality, a different age, a different experience.
Right. Yeah. No, I love that. Okay. So cool. Thank you for answering some questions and going into this last weekend. Really awesome. What I do want to talk about, just touch on really quick, is our inner circle, our health professionals that are in the inner circle. What does that take for the health professionals that are watching this and listening? What does it take to become a
inner circle?
Inner circle.
Yeah, and we talk about that a lot. Our inner circle is really unique at Optimal Health Systems, because it's It's health professionals, and that health professionals can be anything from holistic medical doctor, naturopath, chiropractor, professional trainer, nurse, right, acupuncturist, any in the holistic health field. And what they've done is they have proven to us that they're being holistic, that they're not treating the body with just one thing, not just adjustments, not just nutrition, right, not just acupuncture, but they're coming in and letting us help them in all the other areas to be holistic. And they've met certain criteria. In other words, that they've worked with enough patients to show that
Enough
they're
clients,
serious, they're
patients.
committed, they're committed to it naturally, without synthetics, without prescriptions, except for when needed to save life, and so there's some pretty hardcore criteria, because if you figure out of the thousands of health professionals we have, I think we have 55 in the inner circle.
I think so. And then we have certain trips that we go on every year, and there's certain criteria each time to meet that. And I'm just going to mention this week we're gone to Florida for a little fun trip for Doug, and then and myself. Sorry about that. You first, then me right after. Okay. And then next week we are off to Hawaii with our inner circle. And I'm so excited. Those trips are really, really fun. And we try to do things that we've either done or things that interest us that we want to share that experience with our inner circle.
Absolutely. And so these are the doctors that we give challenges like, hey, we want you to treat X amount of patients doing the blood work and, learn it. And that if you do this, then we pay for everything. We take them to Hawaii, right?
They get there and then we pay for everything.
We put them up in a really great resort. We're going to be going to the Polynesian Cultural Center and doing that VIP thing. Go to
Dole Plantation.
Dole Plantation. Do maybe a little hike up Diamond Head and things like that. So yeah, it's really, really cool because we get to know them better, and they get to experience a little bit of what we love. And so that's
super
really
exciting.
cool. Can I show you my takeaway for the weekend?
I thought we already talked about your takeaway.
Did we?
You don't get another one. I'm just kidding. Give us another
I don't
takeaway.
think I had my takeaway.
You did give a takeaway.
Oh, here's another one then. It was on the way home takeaway. So on the way home, so we live about 3 hours from Phoenix. So when we do seminars there, and on the way home, it was really neat because it's one of my favorite things is just when anything you do that you kind of have your mind free for a moment. And driving's one of them. But on the home, I was like, whoa, got it. A lot of the doctors there were like, they're worried about competition and comparing and prices and things. And it became very obvious that the health professionals that succeed, they don't compare with each other. What they do is they create a clinic that really doesn't compare to others. Like if you're a chiropractor, that you're not compared to other chiropractors because you do much more than that. You do blood work, you do all these things that really it's like quantity of one. It's you.
One of one.
A one of one. And so what I got out of the weekend in a big way was the clinics, the health professionals, not even health professionals, people in the world that accomplish the most, they don't compare themselves to others. They just do their thing. They realize their calling, and they find a way to get that message out and do it holistically. And it just creates their own little island. And so we're going to work really hard to help people do that. And I think that's true with every individual and anything you do in life. Is you can create that one of one, and it takes away that comparing thing, which is one of the things that kind of messes us up with life.
Well, and we're all meant to be one of one. God made one of one of you, and so you're blessed with certain strengths and talents that nobody else has, and they can't have them because they belong to you. Even if it's the same genre of talent, your expression of it is going to be different.
Very much so.
Yeah.
That's a great way to put it.
Well, thanks so much. So the last thing that I wanted to mention is that we do have seminars that are for the public, and we have that one coming up in August in Dallas, Texas. We would love to see you there. If you could make it, we'll make sure to get the dates put on.
Yeah, we'll be on here, and you can always go to optimalhealthsystems.com website. Go to the very bottom, it says seminars, and it's called our Super Seminar, Dallas, Texas. In August, and it's going to be phenomenal. And it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but the public comes Friday, Saturday. And so you get to be there with the health professionals, but the talks are a lot more balanced and a little bit easier to digest.
Yeah.
And we have some really cool people coming to speak.
It's all aspects of fitness, including thought and thought leaders and all the things. So it's going to be incredible.
The theme is Rise Up, so it's really cool.
I like it. Okay.
So it was a really different podcast
You say
today,
that every
but
time.
the concept is we're hoping that you like the fact of, hey, what's going around in the nation? What is the latest advancements? What are the doctors treating? What should we know about that they're working on? And then you can start applying that in your own life, and hopefully some of this helps you with it. And we're really excited to help people keep chewing.
We are excited for that. Thanks for joining us.
As always, this is Miss Natural Olympia Hillary.
And this guy right here is Doug the Formulator.
See ya.